a long time ago, I read a wonderful book, and it's called The 5 Love Languages. And what the writer, Gary Chapman, is saying is actually each person uses 5 languages of love. And all of us, there are languages that we use more, and there are languages that we use less. And I love the concept, and I think it's very, very true. It gave me a lot of insight. It also helped me and my ex-husband to find out what was important for us and also how to deal with it. The first one is physical touch. That love language is about touching each other. People with that have a high level of love, of the physical love language, tend to hug people easily. What they do is when they walk, they cannot walk past you without just caressing you or just putting the hand on a shoulder or anything, something like that. That's the first love language. The second love language, I'm just using my own order. Second love language is being together. It's attention. It's just spending time together. It's those people you make the most happy with just calling them and say, hey, you want to go for a walk? And just being with them. And you don't even have to do stuff, but just spending time together, that's their main love language. So for them, it's very important just to be together. A third one is gifts. This is my favorite love language. I love giving gifts. I love also getting gifts. I take a lot of time to think about a gift. And gifts are not just the presents that I'm giving somebody for a special occasion, but it's also in the tiny messages, like for my kids, that I write them a message and put them in their lunchbox. Just write a note and glue it to the mirror before I leave. It's also in those small things. It's like the small attentions to show that somebody thought about me or that I'm thinking about them. And it's often also giving a gift without a special occasion. Those people you make the most happy with bringing them a gift. Next love language is positive words. Those are the people who are craving for compliments. And you can always recognize another person's love language by what they give in the relationship. If somebody is giving you a lot of compliments, is using a lot of words to communicate with you, if telling you all the time how wonderful it was what you did, how wonderful you look, they're attentive on if they can give you a compliment. Though for them, they crave on compliment, on positive words. They want to know, they want to hear it, how important they are for you. And there is one other language, and that's called serving. And serving means that they express their love by cooking for you. They express their love by getting you a drink. They express their love by making sure your suitcase is ready and packed before you leave. It's the tiny details where it's in. And you can imagine that as soon as you figure out what kind of love language your partner has, that it gives you a lot of information on how you can shape your relationship. If you know what kind of love language you have, if serving is an important part in your relationship for your submissive and it's not for you, then it's easier for you to think about how to make her happy, because she loves to serve. So give her the possibility to serve. If your submissive's love language is gifts, make sure that she is getting the possibilities to create a gift. And yes, you can tell her, create for me a gift. It's not a weird thing. Not for people who have this love language. They love that. I love it. My master told me to create a calendar. And it wasn't even for him, but I made it and it was a gift for him. So I can put all my love and attention in it because this is my love language. You can imagine if it's physical touch, that there is this is something that will probably be a submissive that will really appreciate the hugging and the kissing, but also sensual play, that this would be wonderful for them. Also, that for them, physical touch can be a huge part in your relationship. I can imagine that if you have a submissive with a physical touch, love language, that for them it's very important that they get caressed, that they get cared for, but also that you give it to them that they can touch you. For a submissive who has a love language which is physical touch, it will be a punishment if you tell them they can't touch you or they can't kiss you. They always will have to ask for permission, for instance. But it's something that's wonderful to play with. I hope you can understand how that works. Well, the same counts, of course. Well, the serving is obvious, right? I mean, a submissive that has a love language of serving, let them serve. They will love it to have rituals where they can show them how they care for you. And they will also love to see how they are cared for. And it doesn't have to be like you bring them a drink. But that can be in the aftercare, for instance. For people who have caring as their love language, aftercare is very important. The being with each other. If being with each other is important for you, if that is your love language, make sure you spend time together. Being with each other, being present, is my master's love language. So, of course, he's in charge, so he can decide on how we're spending our time. But what he did is that we have a certain time in the day that I am always available for him, and I just need to be available for him. There's nothing that annoys him more than whenever we're talking and I'm doing something else. It's just that for him is a sign of disrespect. Well, it is. But also it conflicts with his love language. He wants to know that I'm there with him. And that's the biggest gift that I can give him. Positive words. If your submissive has the love language of positive words, there are two things that you can do. First of all, they'll want to know that you have, that they want to hear compliments. It's something that they strive on. But it's also something that you can embed in your relationship, in their submission to you, is how they can use their positive words to you. The video that I made about a pledge is a wonderful way for a submissive that has a love language, positive words, to express their love. Give them an assignment to write you a love letter. It's a wonderful assignment for submissive that have a serving, for submissive that are into gifts, and for submissive that have positive words. Think about it. If you know, and if you can figure out what is the love language of your submissive, it will make it so much easier to find assignments that will make them grow, that will make them happy, that will make them thrive. Of course, it's also wonderful to play with what they are not so sensitive in, but this is what will make them happy, and it will, if your submissive is happy, it will make you happy as a dominant, right? I hope this will help you to get more understanding on how your submissive works. Let's put it this way. And I just want you to have a wonderful time together. Just wishing you a lot of fun. Play with passion.